Hi guys, welcome to the revision video of Operations Management Lecture 1, which is Business Strategy and Customer Orientation. This is how the course is divided, and it goes in a flow where this is the first chapter of what we're studying. It is divided into four different sections. There's directing, designing, managing, and improving. And the first chapter that we're studying today is going to be from directing. So the overview of the chapter basically starts with telling us what operations management is. It's the activity of managing the resources of the organization and delivering goods and services. It has three driving factors. There should be competition, complexity, and environmental regulations. So when we look at this conversion process, we can see that there's some inputs that are put into a process, and then there is outputs in turn. So this is the conversion process in operations management, where there are some things that you put into your business, there's some things that you contribute. That means there's facility, staff, capital, materials, and you put them in the process. Now the process can be anything from the assembly, the washing, the painting, however, whatever type of business it is. And the output, you get a good or service, a product or a service that you are going to give to the customers towards the end. Moving on, there's 4 V's of operations. The first V is volume, then there's variety, then there's variation in demand, and then there's customer contact. Now this means in your business, do you have high variety or low variety? That means how many different SKUs or how many different versions of your product are there. If there are a lot, that means the variety is high. If there's not a lot of versions, or there's not a lot of different types of the same product, then the variety is low. Same if you produce in bulk, that means the volume is high. But then if you produce in a small volume, that means you don't produce a lot of units, the volume is low. When we come to variation in demand, it could be high and low as well. And customer contact is how much the customer is involved in the process of you producing the goods and services. That can be high and low as well. Okay. So when we talk about the business strategy, the strategy has 3 factors. The first one is what. So what stands for what exactly does the customer want from the business, from the product. Then it goes on to how. That means how are we as a business using our product and services satisfying the need of the customer. Then it comes to who is the customer. That means when we target the customer, we need to know everything about our target market and where they are, where they want to buy, what do they want to use the product from, and all these type of information. So the actual definition of strategy means the direction and scope of an organization over the long term, which achieves advantage in a changing environment through its configuration of resources and competencies with the aim of fulfilling stakeholder expectations. That's what strategy is, and it's very important in a business. There's a lot of decisions that you have to make while considering the strategy. There's the time horizon, there's a scale of consequences, a scope of activities, a level of complexity, and the level of certainty. There's a lot. Basically, all of this adds up to us having a competitive advantage. Now, that is a word that you have probably heard a lot throughout your business degree. A competitive advantage stands for anything that you are doing as a business that other businesses are not capable of doing or are not doing in the market right now. So something that sets you apart is called a competitive advantage. In order to assess our position in the market, there's an analysis that we can use, and it's called Porter's 5 forces model. So basically you analyze the threat of competitive rivalry, the threat of entry, that means new people, how easy it is for them to enter the business, the bargaining power of buyers, the bargaining power of suppliers, and the threat of substitutes. So these are 5 things that you analyze from the market, from your competition, and then you do the analysis that helps you know more about the competition. Then there should be a package that the strategy comes in. That means the mission, the vision, the values, the objectives, plans, priorities all need to be aligned with the strategy of the business. There's different organizational levels in each strategy. So there's the strategy is on, it could be on a corporate level, then it comes down to a business level, and then it comes down to the day-to-day operations of the business at the operational level.
So there are two approaches to strategy. There's an external market-based view, and then there is an internal resource-based view. In addition to that, we're going to talk about the pestle analysis. This is something that you guys have studied in marketing before. Here we analyze the macro environment of a business. We talk about the political aspects that impact the business, the economic, the social, the technological, environmental, and legal aspects, all that are impacting the business that we are talking about. Then we talk about the goals and purposes, the desired consequences in the situation, and the desired products. All of that comes together to make the customer value. So what exactly are we giving the customer that is giving them value? What do they consider valuable in the business? So there's several different elements that they value. They could value the function, the social element, the emotional, the epistemic, the conditional element. All of these are ways that they could have value added into their what they think is adding value to their lives. Now, for a resource to be a competitive advantage, it needs to be valuable, rare, imperfectly imitable, and non-substitutable. This is called VRIN model. Here you analyze your resources that you have, and then you see if there are VRIN, the whole thing. It says that firms, when they try to have a competitive advantage, they need to have one that needs to be sustained. That means you need to have one for a long term. There's different types of competence. That means some things you're good at. There's a threshold competence, a core competence, and a distinctive competence. Threshold competence is you doing something at the very basic level. The core competence is that you are good at what you do. And distinctive competence means that no one else is able to do it the same way as you. So that makes it a competitive advantage for your business. Also, they're telling us that there's dynamic capabilities. That means a firm is able to integrate, build, and reconfigure competencies because the environment is changing so rapidly, they might need to do that. And they might need to focus on the dynamic nature of the market. That is all for this revision video. In case you guys have any questions, you can feel free to email me. Thank you for watching.